Okay, this is the last page of the notes. So the problem reads, Mr. Bear has a rectangular plot of land. He wants to design a flower garden in the shape of a circle with two semicircles at each end of the center circle as shown in the accompanying diagram. He will fill in the shaded area with wood chips. Find the shaded area. So if we're looking at the shaded area, it's this like really kind of curved looking triangle area. And that's a shape that we don't know. So instead of trying to find the area of a shape that we don't know, we're going to have to look for some basic shapes that we do know. So just looking at this diagram, I see that the entire plot of land is a rectangle. So I'm probably going to be finding the area of the rectangle. Now, he doesn't want to fill the whole thing with wood chips. He's going to put flowers some places. So he's going to put flowers here. That's a circle. And he's going to put flowers on this semicircle and this semicircle. So if I'm not putting the wood chips there, what I could do is find the area of the entire rectangle, and then I'm going to cut out the circles that he's not putting wood chips in. So let's just start by finding the area of the entire rectangle. So the entire rectangle is base times height. And the base will be 20 and the height will be 10. So the entire rectangle is going to be 200 square feet. But he's not going to put wood chips in the entire rectangle, as we said before. We need to cut out this area, and this area, because that's where he's putting flowers. So looking at these shapes, I see a full circle right here, and I see two half circles right here. So together, those would make up two full circles. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to find the area of those by finding the area of two full circles, and then I'm going to cut them away from the total 200 square feet. So let's see. I'm going to find the area of one of the circles, and then I'll just multiply it by 2. So I know the area equals pi r squared, so we need to know the radius. Well, I do know that this length right here is 10, so that means the diameter of a circle is 10, and half of the diameter is the radius. So therefore, the radius of these circles must be 5. So we're going to say that the area equals pi times 5 squared. So the area equals 25 pi. Now that's the area of one of the circles. So this circle right here has an area of 25 pi. And then this half circle and this half circle together would make a whole other circle, which also would have an area of 25 pi. So if I have two circles that have an area of 25 pi, that means that he's going to put flowers in 50 pi square feet of his land. So if we take the entire bit of land, which was 200, and we take away the part where he's going to put flowers, which we said is 50 pi, we'll be left with the shaded part of the shape, which is where he's going to put wood chips. So let's put this in our calculator, and then we're going to round it to the nearest tenth. So I'm going to put in 200 minus 50 pi. Make sure you put that in your calculator and practice. 200 minus 50 pi. All right, I'm going to write down all the digits except the last one. 3, 6, 7, 3, dot, dot, dot. Now, if you look in the tens place, there's a 9 in the tens place. I'm going to cut the number off it right there. Looking behind the 9, it's not 5 or above, so I'm not going to give it a shove. So my answer is going to be, and that's a good thing for him to know when he's doing his gardening, because he's going to need to buy wood chips, and he knows that he needs to buy enough wood chips to cover 42.9 square feet of his land. All right. Ooh, we're finally on the last one. Here we go. Courtney is designing a pond with a gray ledge as shown in the shaded portion of the diagram below. Find the area of just the gray ledge. Now, if we're looking just at the gray ledge, we're going to see that the gray ledge makes a kind of a ring around this pond. And I don't know the formula for a ring, So I'm going to have to use the formulas of the basic shapes that I do know. And the two basic shapes that I see here that make that ring are a big circle. Whoops, what am I doing? Here we go. A big circle that makes the entire pond, and a small circle that shows where the water begins. So just to find the area of the shaded region, I'm going to find the area of the entire circle, and then I'm going to take the area of the water and I'm going to subtract it out. And then we're going to be left with the gray ledge of the pond. So I'm going to find the area of the big circle, and I'm going to subtract away the cutout of the area of the small circle, and I'll just be left with the rim of the pond, which is the gray ledge. Now the area is pi r squared. Pi r squared. I'm going to erase my drawings here so I can see my dimensions better. So if I'm talking about the big circle, it looks like the big circle has a radius of 50. So I'm going to do area equals pi times 50 squared. And in my calculator, I'm going to do 50 squared. It's not 50 times 2. Remember, it's 50 squared. So it's going to be 2,500 pi. All right. Now I'm going to find the area of the small circle. And the small circle is right here, and it says the radius is 36. So I'm going to do area equals pi r squared. And I'm going to this time plug in 36 for my radius. 36 times 36 is 1296 pi. Now the interesting thing about this problem is both of these are in terms of pi. So I actually can subtract them before I put them in my calculator because they both have a pi symbol. So I can do 2,500 pi minus 1,296 pi by just taking those number coefficients, 2,500, and subtracting 1,296. And I'm going to get 1,204 pi. All right, then I'm going to plug that in my calculator, multiply that by pi, double arrow. I'm going to get, 3,782.47755, ... All right, rounding to the nearest tens place, there's a 4 in the tens place. If I cut it right there and look over to the right, the next number over is a 7. So I am going to bump that 4 up to a 5. So the answer is going to be 3,782.5.